Your imagination is the ticket to your dreams. If you can imagine it, then it's very, very likely that you can achieve it. I'm going to give you some tips and tricks on how to create a robust vision that you can then follow through step by step. Hi, I'm Patty Bell Hastings, and long time productivity geek, and I have envisioned and created so many amazing things, and I want to help you do the same. So in this step-by-step follow-along planning and tracking, we are being inspired by the 12-week year. So just as a quick outline of some of the most important things that I incorporate into this process as inspired by the 12-week year, the first is vision. We have to have a vision that we're moving towards. And then I have my own hypnotic spin on that. Then there's the planning, the determining the goals and figuring out what tasks are going to meet those goals. And then there is execution, like actually taking the steps and working it into our daily workflow and our daily process, and creating a daily workflow and a daily process if we don't have one. Another is measuring. What we can measure, we can manage. What we measure, we can manipulate. So we're going to be sort of measuring as we go through our tracking and executing, and reflection and figuring out what is working and what is not working for us. But the first step, and the one that we're focusing on today, and I'm going to take you along on my process. This is 2022, December 2022, and I am in the process of envisioning, imagining my goals. And those are my 10-year goals, my 3-year goals, my 1-year goal, and my 12-week goals. What is my life going to look like 10 years from now, 3 years from now, 1 year from now, and 12 weeks from now? So I get into a little bit of a trancy state to do my visioning. In hypnosis, looking out 10 years, looking out 3 years, looking out 1 year, looking out 12 years, it's called future pacing. So I'm going to show you how I do my visioning and give you some tips about how to make it easy for you. A lot of us sit down in front of a computer and then just, start typing or look at the blank page and we're frozen. Here's what I do. As a longtime meditator, you know how hard it is to get your mind to sit still, right? Well, you can give it a chore while you're doing your meditation. And what I do is, because I have my eyes closed when I'm envisioning, what I do is I have a dictation app on my phone. The one that I use is called Otter.ai, but you can be even sitting in front of your computer in a Word document or a Google Doc and turn on dictation in that document. I like Otter because I can just start it running and then sit there. If I have long periods of quiet, it just, waits for me to say something. And then I go inside. And here are some of the keys that we need to keep in mind when we're doing this. We want it to be all senses. Sensory, hearing, seeing, tasting, smelling, etc. We want to make that visual as rich and holographic as we possibly can. Now, in order to do it, I really like to wear an eye mask. So this is going to look pretty silly, but this is how I do it. And I want to show you. When I meditate, I often use an eye mask. And that really blocks out all of the light and takes everything dark. And then I can sink down into my being, my body, and look out at 10 years from now. What am I seeing? Where am I living? How am I moving? Who's in my life and what am I doing? What do I hear, see, taste, touch? Now, you would go through that process for each of the lengths of time that you are visioning for. Now, there are some of us, it's pretty rare, but there are some of us that don't have pictures when we think or close our eyes or imagine. And that is totally okay. You can still do this process. You're just going to use your thoughts, any other sensations, any of the senses that you have access to. Maybe you have very sharp hearing and that comes through for you. But if you cannot see when you are imagining, that is not a deterrent. You just use all of your other strengths in order to bring those ideas, goals, dreams that you want to create in your life. So once I have dictated, then I'm going to copy and paste. I'm going to edit, copy, and paste some of those things that came through to really drill down on what my future vision is. So let's jump over to the computer and pick up where my dictation left off. Okay, so we have gone inside, we have been meditating our vision, transcribing from our senses that beautiful, wonderful life 10 years out, 3 years out, 1 year out, etc. And here's my document from my 12-week plan and track that I'm working on. And now I'm going to take those transcriptions that I'm editing and I'm going to copy and paste some of those in here in some of the prompts. So I'm going to just walk you through this really quickly. This starts with, what do I want to have? What do I want to do? What do I want to be? What do you want to have, do, be, right? So I'm thinking through this, and I just started out with, I have enough, I do enough, I am enough. And I was riffing on that. I haven't completed it yet. But then I'm going to copy and paste the 10-year vision here, and then the 3-year vision here, and then the 1 year, and then the 12 weeks. 12 weeks out, what do I want to have happened? What do I want my life to look at like 12 weeks from now? And then at the bottom, I've got get visual. And if you're using the system that I've created, then you're going to get a link to Canva and vision board template. This is what the vision board template looks like, blank. And you click and it will create one of these blank vision boards for you. I'm just going to show you. This is mine. I've been working on this as I've been visualizing and imagining. This is for my 12 weeks out and 12 months out. And I think I'm going to create a vision board for 3 years out and a vision board for 10 years out, because I think that things are going to look very different then. I think I want to be imagining how that's going to unfold. So when you click over from the document to the Canva template, this is what it looks like. And you can replace the pictures that are in there. You can see I've replaced them with what's important to me, my 12 months out and 12 weeks out, my word of the year for 2023, which is practice. Practice, meditation, practice movement, practice writing, practice making. I really love that word practice. It is an active word and it can mean so many things, including that nothing is ever perfect, nothing is ever it's a constant process. Anyway, so that's my word of the year. So we've got our written vision, we've got our visual vision, and that pretty much completes the first step of the 12-week plan and track process, the 12-week year process. So I hope you'll check out the 12-week plan and track, see if it's a system that would help you accomplish this. There will be more videos for each step, so subscribe to my channel and check out the playlist that I'm compiling, and I'm going to continue making these as I go through the process of envisioning my fabulous future.